Alright folks, welcome back to Let's Play Metal Gear Solid. I'm the Mysterious JG.
I'm Bobo the Vulture.
If we keep, apologies for the graphical glitches, although they were pretty amusing in the last video. If we keep restarting the emulator periodically because it seems to have trouble when it has to do pulling from stock footage too many times in a row.
Yeah.
The weird side effect of that is that we'll keep getting to read the story so far,
the mission log, yeah.
Yes. I'll let you read this one.
Okay. Snake successfully rescues the other car, but he's shocked about the fact that the ninja he drove away he's a war buddy, Graf Fox. Discovering that the Metal Gear has developed against his will is a nuclear launching missile battle tank thing. Other Khan offers help Snake. Snake tries to meet up with Meryl to get the detonation code emergency override key. These are long sentences. Snake tries to meet up with Meryl to get the detonation code emergency override key that she has. According to Otacon, Meryl is disguised as an enemy soldier.
It's pretty cool.
That hadn't been the case for the entire story so far.
So was that Albert or Prince, what's his name?
No, that was Lavis.
Lavis, that was Lavis, okay.
Yeah, because Albert is,
I always thought that he should talk like him with like a higher voice. Not necessarily like Jing Tsai Helium level, but
Oh, the old gas mask. Now, I feel like they've taken a trope or two from Metal Gear,
Metal Gear
2 Solid Snake once or twice before, and I'm just saying, they did have a sequence in which you needed to find a woman who was hiding in that game as well. And you remember the way that you determined who it was.
Well, it was Nastasha in her previous life. But yeah, you followed her into the ladies' room, and we did notice the ladies' room we were not allowed to go into. The men's room wasn't locked with a card key. I think just Snake didn't feel like he could go into the ladies' room unless he had a reason to. Yeah. Because, you know, he's not a pervert.
He's not a dirty
He's not a sex pervert or a food pervert.
What kind of pervert is he? Come on, Snake. What kind of pervert are you?
I him. Naomi.
Well, it looks like you've rescued Emmerich for the time being.
He hasn't even died of a heart
With
attack.
that stealth camouflage, he should be able to
He
hide.
He finds the cloud cover.
Discotheque.
I can't believe it. But the real problem is your niece. The way the codec got cut off like that has me worried. Something must have happened to her.
You're worried about Meryl?
Not exactly.
I hope
It's
she
just that
dies
she's holding
horribly.
the detonation code override
But
keys.
only after I get
They're our last chance of stopping that nuclear launch.
You're a cold man. Your mission is more important than the life of your companions?
This is war.
Look, I'm Dr.
Survival is
Baker.
the name of the game. Sometimes you have to be cold to survive.
Yes, but
Snake, either way, I want you to find Meryl as soon as possible. I understand.
I understand your feelings, Colonel. They mean a lot.
I don't have them, but
I'm aware of them as a form of human weakness. He's a Cyberman, basically.
Take me too. I know this place better than you do.
You'll just slow me down. You don't have enough battle experience.
Go hang out with Otacon
I
in
won't
the
slow
ladies'
you
room.
down.
Wait. They shut off the music and killed the elevator. Well, the commander's room's pretty dark.
Yeah, the commander must be taking a nap.
I'll put on the night vision goggles and then look in there.
It's not the commander's room at all. It's the commander's hall. But the music's back. That's fun.
That's good. It's reassuring music, too.
I wonder if you walk back out now, if you could try and refill on stuff.
Snake, don't do that. We're going to the commander's room.
no matter what you as a seasoned professional combat guy thinks.
Seasoned professional combat guy.
The best seasoned
My
professional
head.
combat guy.
Oh, it hurt. I'm fine.
Oh, that's
fine. Not at all disturbing.
Okay. Let's go.
That seems...
Even without this, that's a little weird. Hey, you don't walk sexy. What's going on?
Come on, Mr. Foxhound. The commander is waiting.
Wait, so the commander still exists? Don't do that.
What the?
Hey, that's you. That's Meryl's POV. When when you go into first-person perspective, you get Meryl's first-person perspective.
Nice.
Yeah, that seems totally legit.
I don't really quite understand what's going on here, but
Nice reflective surface. Oh. Well, that seems to be a theme. Recurring.
knock her out by feeding her Taco Bell.
Meryl's just being controlled. You're an expert at unarmed CQB, right? Stop
I've never
her
heard
without
of
using your
CQB
gun,
before.
that's all.
Just CQC, I mean.
Yeah, I totally changed that. Make love to me, Snake. What are you waiting for? I told you.
Meryl is definitely not herself. Could she be drugged?
Dragged.
Or dragged. She could be dragged. She's dragging ass.
Snake!
Snake, what's up?
Don't give up.
I tell you, I drink from the silver cup. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Gosh. Ow.
Doubt my power.
Didn't you just watch what I did?
I will show you why I am the most powerful practitioner of psychokinesis and telepathy in the world.
Because there aren't any others, because it's all made up.
No, there's no need for words.
So just stop talking.
I'm Psychomantis. That's right. This is no trick. It's true power.
Okay. Power's a trick.
It's useless, I told you. I can read your every thought.
Okay. Thinking of a number between 1 and shut the fuck
Let
up.
me read your mind. No, perhaps I should say your
Oh, your memory
past.
card.
What?
You are a very methodical man. The type that always kicks his tires before he leaves.
I don't even know the color.
You are a highly skilled warrior, well suited to this stealth mission.
Why, thank you.
That's
You are
nice.
extremely careful of traps. You are either very cautious, or you are a coward.
Maybe a little column A, a little column B.
Still don't believe me.
Yeah, I think you're making it
Now
up.
I'll read more deeply into your soul.
Man, what's wrong with you?
I can see into your mind.
Oh, man, you're creeping me out. You're a
Yes.
freak.
So, you like Suikoden?
Huh?
Me too. It's a good game, isn't it?
So, you like Azure Dream?
You know, I've been thinking about doing an LP of that one.
You like Castlevania, don't you?
Oh, now you're just
God.
watching my channel.
You enjoy role-playing games.
Oh, you kinky freak.
I see that you enjoy Konami games.
I see that you went to the trouble
For
of
the
getting
MSX
thing.
console. It's the
You
greatest.
have saved often. You
You are experiencing graphical glitching on your
I
emulator.
can read you like an open book.
And unfortunately, I don't know about Rumble's Roses or other later Konami games, so I would have been able to mention that too.
Oh, see, this doesn't work now. Oh, that's too bad. That's a fun glitch.
Well, it comes up and says Hideo, right?
Yeah.
Why
Because
doesn't
it's
it work
after
now?
all, it's talking about the school teacher character from Rival Schools.
Right. Why doesn't that work now? I
I
thought
mean,
it was
I'm
just...
guessing it's an emulator thing. It didn't flash up the screen.
Okay,
It
so
just
the screen was
stopped
supposed to pop up, and it looks like when you have video as the input on those old TV. One of those things that doesn't age well, but yeah, the word Hideo would come up instead of video, like he had changed the input on your TV,
Yeah.
and you were supposed to freak out and think, "Oh my God, the game is playing without me." It was kind of fun.
Yeah.
Being a
He's a
confidence.
master at controlling people, Snake. Don't let him manipulate you.
If he starts telling you that you guys together you will rule the world, don't trust him. No, I'm thinking now it's like he was the greatest assassin traveling around the world, hiring his services to whoever wanted them. But then he slept with Gogo 13
Oh, no.
It's true. Your enemy is
It's
a
true.
You've got no chance against this guy, Snake.
Did you say Psycho Mantis?
You are fucked with the capital F.
You might want to get out a gun or something.
Oh, is that what I want to do?
I'm just saying, man. I mean, I feel like it might help if we shot him.
Ow. I don't even know what that was.
It was a grenade or something.
Ooh.
Oh, he was able to somehow deflect. psychic abilities?
He's using his psychic ability to read your controller's moves. That's how he's evading your attack. You've got to do something so he can't read your controller's moves. Think.
There must be some way.
Play the
Unfortunately,
buttons on your chin.
unfortunately, that way involves mapping a second controller.
I don't know if we can do that in the middle of this.
I've got it. Use the controller port. Plug your controller into controller port 2. If you do that, he won't be able to read your mind.
Well, I hope you've enjoyed Let's Play Metal Gear Solid, because we can't win. Well, Psycho Mantis is pulling off some really interesting and neat tricks that I don't remember from my childhood, like, we knew that he could read your PlayStation memory cards. He didn't offer to do it because we don't have a DualShock controller, but there's also a little piece of dialogue where he tells you to put your controller down, and then he'll make it move with the power of his mind, and then he activates the DualShock rumble effect. I mean, it's kind of cute.
Yeah.
Fun. But he also apparently, when you are recording with a desktop, or with a
He does that
laptop plugged into my desktop, he had the power to make my desktop restart Windows, like, crash during the recording, so we lost the last attempt. It wasn't going well anyway.
Yeah.
But, alright, so in the meantime, what we have done is we called Otacon, because Bobo pointed out. Oh, the other thing...
Yeah, he told us his frequency, but we never did.
So I did get Otacon. And all he says is this.
Please, Snake, you've got to save her.
The irony being that for the rest of the game, that's all he says. So it's like you'll be walking along down the hallway, and you know, it's like, I need rations. Like,
Metal Gear Rex, I have to find out what his weak point is.
Please, you've got to save him. Yeah. Also, I noted that poor Bobo didn't really get to play very long in his session, because he went into one of my least favorite locations of this game. The room where you can't use guns and poison gas released if you're detected. So his game ended there, like almost to the point where it looks like it was a slick plan by me to get him in there. Although I got out successfully without, you know, I just kind of didn't get to explore very clearly. Yeah. This is kind of like the Metal Gear version of, oh, Bobo's turn? Shmajao. JG's turn? Anyone else? But now I have configured a controller to be controller 2.
Yeah.
I don't think I've got enough rations to win the fight, but we now are capable of damaging him, I think. Let's see. Let's have implants like that Armstead guy.
I can't read you, but I can outpace your gun swing.
It's my secret shame. So they wouldn't turn it down. You got to punch me in the face, that's not fair.
You are powerful indeed.
Too bad I don't have any more rations.
I know your weak points.
RPGs.
Meryl, stand right where he can see you and blow your brains out.
Ah! Stop! Meryl!
Don't blow your brains out. I mean, you know, I don't like you that much, but...
No!
I can't control unconscious people!
Okay, back to the gun.
Yeah, and back to not having any rations at all.
Yo, dog, I heard you was psycho mantis. So I put some psycho on your mantis so you could psycho while you on mantis, eh?
It
hurts.
What's wrong?
Unless you came up with awesome new jokes.
Are you
Piccolo?
Come on, Mr. Foxhound.
I guess she's okay.
Okay. Oh no, we don't have Otacon's frequency anymore. You want me to just load the state so that you don't have to find Otacon's frequency? This ain't going that well anyway.
I mean, this is like literally I've played this game for about 3 minutes in the past. I don't know,
so now, but now we have to
years.
find. Maybe Cyborg Ninja will jump out and chop off his gas mask. If you just let that. Whoa,
yeah, I was.
Well, I mean, you know, from Meryl's point of view, you kind of have that coming.
Snake!
Snake? You there, buddy? Okay, folks, we've had a little interlude there, but we've got Well, we've got some technical issues with this LP, as you may have picked up on. So you are probably looking right now at like a picture of characters from Rumble Roses or something, which is fine because that's Konami too. So if we got a trademark copyright infringement, it's all good. It's all the same company. But
By the way, if
yeah.
you're making a fresh one,
Uh-huh.
might I suggest using some kind of Rumble Roses cheesecakey image with the caption, "What? You don't like girls?"
Well, I could probably do something with Mistress and the Eye Patch and be like, there can be only one big boss, or I don't know. But at any rate,
yeah.
what we're going to do now is we've got 15 minutes of footage that we're going to have to do post-commentary on, and I'm afraid the next episode is going to be post-commentary as well. But soon we will be back to regular broadcast, so that'll be fun. Okay, so here we are, folks. We just picked up from God knows where because I had some serious issues with fragments of videos and pasting them together. This is as bad as it's going to get.
Otacon said that now it's possible to design and test new types of nuclear weapons in
What
a
the fuck
virtual
does Otacon know?
simulation without ever exploding a nuclear device. Is that true?
Yes, it is true. Since the establishment of DART and
I'm
NIF early
Duck.
in the
I'm
21st
Nif.
century, there
Wait.
has been a will. With the processing speed of today's supercomputers,
You can
they
play
can
Angry
design a
Birds
new
across the
nuclear weapon
internet.
through virtual reality computer simulations.
You know, it's amazing considering all the computing power necessary to play Angry Birds that the Finnish don't have a nuclear weapon.
They don't need
we
one.
are
They've got Ludwig
okay.
Borga. Although he's dead.
We're attempting to contact someone.
Yeah, we're probably trying to find Otacon's
We're
frequency.
counting downward from Nastasha.
35 left clicks after Nastasha's frequency, and you get.
I think it was
Otacon.
28, wasn't it? It's
No
nice
idea.
to not have to count now. That yes, and then you do the one before in case you miscount.
Still haven't found Marrow?
What's wrong with you?
Snake, the warhead storage building that you're in has 1 floor above ground and 2 floors below ground. Why don't you search there too?
Why don't you fight
Also,
me?
also, have you talked to Nastasha about nuclear
Snake,
weapons and testing
warheads-
and virtual reality and stuff? Wasn't that fun?
I'm looking forward to years of working with this asshole. So we're going to the up triangle floor.
We're B1.
So up triangle made me think of pink triangle, which made me think of the classiest bumper sticker in the world I saw today, which was like pink. It's like pink ribbons, like the breast cancer awareness ribbons.
Sure.
And the slogan was "Save the Tatas."
Yeah.
I was like,
I've seen a lot of those.
is that like an actual official breast cancer awareness thing, or is it?
Yeah. Like
Okay.
basically they'll do
Trying to get money for a good cause from the kinds of people who would have no fat chicks up on the stickers otherwise.
Well, I mean, I've
What is
actually
he-
like it's generally speaking, it's been women that I've seen that have had
Oh,
the
okay.
top
I didn't
things. But
It's that Snowden guy. He's gonna go. He's a leaker.
yeah, he's a leaker. Oh, and see, he's alerted everyone.
And he did. I was just wondering which one of us is playing at this point. I think
And now
I
you
figured
know.
it out. Sorry. One thing, neither of us are super pro at this game, but one thing I figured out, at least as of this playthrough right now,
Yeah.
you're having a little bit of trouble with the sneak up behind them and grab, because we both do that thing where you like do the funky hand jive behind somebody because you're not quite
Yes.
close enough.
But I'll take an extra step too far once I'll overcorrect for that once I've actually done it once. And then yeah, that's right. You kept getting rations every time.
I have
one
a
of
crazy
those guys went in
crazy
there.
drop rate with the rations, yes. Another thing about this, in Metal Gear Solid 2, they do a much better job. There's a distinction between you have alerted the guard, a specific guard to your presence, and you have alerted the guards collectively to your presence. In this game, it's like somebody sees you, everyone on Shadow Moses Island knows exactly where you are instantly.
Yes.
And, I sound like I'm taking a dump on the game here. This game is doing a lot of stuff that nobody was doing with video games at this point. Very innovative.
Oh,
It's just that he's he improved on it. Not
Yeah.
necessarily story-wise or character-wise, but he improved on the mechanics a lot in subsequent titles. Like I said, if one guard sees you, he will pull out a walkie-talkie and try to call the other guards. And if you shoot the walkie-talkie or take that guard out, he won't be able to contact them. At the same time, in later games, if a guard is on a routine patrol and he doesn't report in, other people will go to check for him, as opposed to if you eliminate someone without being spotted, you will never ever have to deal with them until you leave the room. Somebody's heading to the ladies' room.
Well, they're bearing to the right. Yeah, so that's some super pervert.
Yeah. Probably Raiden going in there to, like, make a codec call while hovering over the toilet. I never really was 100% sure what he was being accused of doing by Colonel Campbell and Rose, but we'll get to that in a future MP. So at this point, we realize that we have eliminated everyone except Meryl, and we don't want to kill Meryl, because while I was keen to show you what happens if you kill Meryl, we've kind of already been there, done that.
Yeah.
And Meryl will eventually finish her bathroom business. And, once again, this seems so clever. Maybe I do just kill her just for funsies, or let her spot us and see what will happen. But this was so clever, I thought, back when I first played the game, and then we realized that he already used this in the previous game.
Okay, you can't really... and she's like, huh? Oh my gosh, it's... And then she runs
to the bathroom, because she had Taco Bell.
That's a terrible thing, man.
Yeah, we should never have Taco Bell. It's horrible for you.
No, shouldn't have had it for lunch. Right.
Today.
Now, today.
Like
before,
20 minutes ago.
Yeah. See, the problem is now we don't know the next time we're going to talk to Master Miller.
Yes, that's true. We made a point of having Taco Bell for lunch so we could joke about it, but now we're doing post-commentary, so it's all ruined forever. Because Kojima, he's a weird one.
He's an auteur.
Well, he's a bit of an oddball. He made a big point of... He insisted that Metal Gear Solid 4 only come out for PS3, and he claimed that Xbox 360 didn't have the hardware to do. And he might be right, I don't know. But he also, at one point, famously said that he wasn't going to make any more Metal Gear games, and but he didn't want the series to die, but he was done with it, so he wanted to find a developing company that could, you know, do it justice. And he said that he wanted it to be a Japanese company.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, fuck you, man. I mean, the game is a much bigger hit in the States than it is in Japan. But then I also heard a different version of that same story, because I never actually spoke to Hideo, got his, take on it in a one-on-one situation, so in fairness.
Because, the whole thing, and, I don't know when you'll be watching this in the future, guys, but, the big, Metal Gear Solid news out there right now is supposed to be, that they're going to have Kiefer Sutherland do the voice, and now there are, some sarcastic tweets from David Hayter about the whole thing, and people are like, oh, well, this is all just a huge Hideo Kojima swerve. He's just toying with people.
Well, I've seen pictures of Kiefer Sutherland with Hideo Kojima. I've always heard there was going to be a movie version that would have Kiefer Sutherland. I don't know. Yeah. But what I'm getting at is that it turns out that what's really, I guess, happening is he signed away the rights to another company to make a Metal Gear kind of side series starring Raiden.
Yeah,
which wouldn't use or mention Snake or Big Boss.
Is that the whole Revengeance
That's the
thing?
Revengeance thing. Kalis is doing an LP of that, which I've been watching and enjoying. And, what am I trying to get at here? Yeah, no, that one, then I heard he wanted that one to be developed by the Japanese because it was going to be a ninja action game. And he didn't think Americans could do a ninja game properly. And I was like, I guess that vaguely makes more sense, but it's not like modern Japanese people know
a lot about
ninjas. That would be like saying only Americans could make a game set in the West, when all the best westerns ever, not all of them, but the best Western movies ever all came out of Italy. So what am I getting at, folks? This is a wonderful game that was made by a horrible racist who hates Americans. He hates the American race. He cannot believe the mentality of the American race. And just to explain myself further, I'm now referencing a very long time ago my favorite things probably Stone Cold Steve Austin ever said, which is when he was a bad guy who was being booed in Canada, and he said, "I cannot believe the mentality of the Canadian race."
Yes.
Which I think was intentionally... I think it was an intentionally rednecky, stupid thing to say,
yeah.
By design, he wanted to come across as an ignorant dick.
Ration!
Oh yeah, boy!
Alright, so now we're up to 3. We'll be safe forever, right?
Absolutely. Let's check in with Colonel Melee.
Colonel Melee.
What can I do for you, Snake?
Well, there's some things you could do. There's some things you could do for me, but yeah, Bobo was actually going with a better reference there.
What can I do for you? Yeah. What can I do to you, Snake?
Is there anything I can do for you, or to you?
Mei Ling, how did you get into this line of
Oh,
work?
resumes,
The truth is, I always wanted to become a fighter pilot. I fell in love with jets
Japanese.
watching them in the movies.
And
You'd be surprised how many people say the same thing.
Yeah,
But I
that
didn't want to kill
beach
people.
volleyball scene.
That's when I heard that the U.S. Air Force needed people to do BDAs, battle damage assessments.
Those are the guys whose job it is to confirm how successful a bomb
And the
run
girls.
was.
Yeah,
love to
so
look at,
I started to do research
wreckage
into
and
aerial
awesome.
photography and air intelligence. I made it my
She
major.
majored in aerial
But there are
photography.
no pilots who only do BDAs.
That's right. But by the time I learned that, I was already an expert in my field.
I could see why that would just slip past you.
Yes. And I believe I made a joke. I would have made a joke about this in the next video had we not lost the commentary track. But I was like, "Oh, Bobo, so did you know that I went to college to become a brain surgeon? Oh yeah, I studied for many years, and then I found out that brain surgeons don't get to fly fighter jets like I thought they did. But by then, I was already an expert in the field of brain surgery, which is why I'm a brain surgeon today."
Yeah, well, yeah. What the heck?
It makes sense. Okay, so we've almost talked our way through 15 minutes worth of trying to kill people to get rations.